Assalamualaikum and hi, we are from Group 3 and today we will be presenting about internal control evaluation and audit documentation. Our group members consist of Atira, Sabrina and Renuka.
Hello everyone, today I will be presenting on internal control, covering its definition, objective, types, and importance to an organization. Internal control is a process carried out by an organization's board, management, and employees to ensure objectives related to operations, reporting, and compliance are met. It's not just about policies, but involves continuous activities and participation at all levels. Internal control is also flexible, as it can be applied across the organization or in specific areas as needed. The objective of internal control is to ensure efficient operations, accurate reporting, and compliance with law and regulations. It helps minimize risk, maintain legal adherence, and adapt to changes, ensuring the organization stays on track. Now, let's move on to the types of internal control. There are three primary types: preventive, detective, and corrective control. Preventive control are designed to stop issues before they occur. For example, segregation of duties ensure that no single person has control over all parts of financial transaction, which help reduce the risk of fraud. Detective control help identify error or irregularities after they happen. This includes reconciliations and audits, which are used to spot discrepancies in financial records and ensure that any mistakes are detected. Corrective control focus on fixing issues once they are identified. If a failure is detected, corrective actions are taken to address the problem and prevent it from happening again. Finally, internal control is crucial as it ensures efficiency in operations, compliance with law, risk management, reliable reporting, and adaptability to change. It helps organizations stay on track, avoid surprises, and achieve their goals effectively. In short, it provides assurance that operations run smoothly, reports are accurate, and compliance is maintained. That's all from me. Now, I will pass it to Sabrina. Iza, the floor is yours.
When evaluating internal control, both management and auditors have distinct roles. Management must design, implement, and maintain controls to ensure accurate financial reporting and operational efficiency, while auditors assess these controls to determine their effectiveness in preventing fraud, errors, and misstatements. Section 404 of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act requires public companies to have management evaluate internal control effectiveness, while auditors must independently test and report on it. Since no system is perfect, internal controls have inherent limitations such as human errors, collusion, or management override of controls. The COSO internal control framework is the standard used for evaluating internal control, which consists of 5 components. The first one is control environment. This is the foundation of internal control, ensuring ethical values, leadership oversight, and accountability. The second one is risk assessment. This is to identify risks that could affect financial reporting, fraud detection, and business operations. The third one is control activities. These are policies like segregation of duties, approval processes, and safeguarding assets to prevent fraud and errors. The next one is information and communication. This ensures that accurate financial data is recorded, shared, and available for decision making. The last one is monitoring. It is a continuous review through internal audits and management evaluations to identify and correct weaknesses. Auditors use a structured process to evaluate internal controls. The first step is to understand internal control by reviewing company policies and procedures to see if controls are properly designed and implemented. The second process is testing of controls. Auditors use methods such as observation, walkthroughs, and document reviews to verify if controls are functioning effectively. The next one is assessing control risk. This is to evaluate weaknesses using a control risk matrix which links key controls to financial and operational risks. The last process is identifying material weaknesses. If a control failure could cause financial misstatements, it is classified as a material weakness, requiring immediate correction. By following this evaluation process, auditors and management can ensure that internal controls remain effective, financial data is reliable, and companies comply with regulation.
I'm Renuka here. Today I will be talking about the audit documentation, a crucial part of the audit process. The definition of audit documentation refers to records that support audit findings, ensuring transparency and accountability. These documents show what procedures were performed, what evidence was gathered, and how conclusions were reached for the audit documentations. It follows ISA 230, which requires auditors to document their work properly. In Malaysia, guidelines from MIA and IFAC sets the standards for audit should be documented. Proper documentation helps ensure that audits are conducted fairly and meet professional standards. Now let's move on to the types of audit documentation. There are mainly two types: permanent files and current files. Permanent files contain documents that are relevant across multiple audit periods. This includes engagement letters which outline the scope of the audit, client organizational structure and policies, and legal documents such as the company's memorandum and articles of association. On the other hand, current files are specific to the current audit period. These include audit programs and working papers which detail the procedures performed, financial statements and correspondence such as emails and confirmation letters from the third parties. Both types of documentation play a vital role in ensuring that the audit process is well structured and properly recorded. Provides evidence to support audit opinions and conclusions. This is crucial in maintaining the credibility of the audit process. Secondly, it facilitates quality control by allowing peer reviews and ensuring compliance with professional standards. Additionally, audit documentation helps with legal and regulatory compliance. In case of any dispute, well-documented records can serve as proof of due diligence. It also plays a role in knowledge sharing, allowing future auditors to understand previous work and key findings. In conclusion, audit documentation is not just a requirement but a crucial aspect of ensuring transparency, accountability, and reliability in financial reporting. That's all from us. Thank you for watching.